Hey guys, Rebel Phoenix here from Thriving in Chaos. As you can see from my lovely apron here, designed by my awesome co-host Stella Renee, who, as much as I would love her to, doesn't actually live with me. Although, shout out to my bestie, love you girl. Anyway, a lot of you guys have seen me cooking, well, posting pictures of cooking. So, I obviously am the queen of cleanless cooking, and what that means is we cook without having to clean. So I'm going to give you a tutorial on how to do that. It's called the lazy way for gourmet. So first what you're going to do, again, queen of crock pot here, going to use these handy dandy liners so that when you're done cooking, all you got to do is pick it up and toss it away. So that's lesson number one. If you don't like to do dishes, because I don't like to do dishes, and this happens to be one of the worst fucking dishes to have to clean, in my opinion, crock pot liners. They will save your life. You can get them on freaking Temu in bulk. Amazon, buy them in bulk, okay? I use them like they are going out of style, and I'm not even ashamed of that. So, I don't know about you, but my crock pot likes to be finicky, so we use double liners here. Because, again, we just want to be able to pick it up and throw it away. We don't want to have to clean anything. So we're just going to double bag it, because we don't need any leakage. Ladies, fellas, no leakage. All right, now that that's in order, we are going to plug the crock pot in as soon as I find my handy dandy plug. And we are going to turn it on to 6 hours. Which timing really doesn't matter for this part. It's just however long you have till you need dinner ready. And in my case, today is 1 year anniversary, so celebrating by making the husband one of his favorites. However, dinner is not needed until about 8 o'clock tonight when SmackDown comes on. So we're gonna let this simmer for like 6 hours. Now we can get to the good part. Grab you a pair of these handy dandy scissors. So you can just cut this open and drop the meat on in. Don't judge me, because what I want to do and what happens is usually two different things. But we're going to make it work, so it's okay. All right, package one done. On to package two. So, I love these. I get these at Sam's Club. Y'all can see that brand right there. Ground beef. It's like 97 or 93% lean and 7% fat. Hardly makes any grease. You'll thank me later. Comes in these convenient 3-packs, and it's on the cheaper side to buy. I think I got a case of like 16 pounds for like $90. It's not bad. And it's already pre-portioned. It comes in little, these actually come attached as a pack of 3. But I use 2 at a time because they're on the smaller side. And, I mean, Michael liked to eat, so. We are just going to cut the sides a little bit to help it easier. Help it get out easier. Why not? All right, now that that's in, we're going to wash our hands real quick because that was gross. And now for the best part, seasonings. So, on to the seasonings, guys. On to the seasonings. All right, so we are going to take our lovely little ground beef tool thingy, whatever it's called, this thing. We are going to finally chop this up a little bit. Just fix our liner that decided it wants to come off. We're gonna chop this up some. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's just going to sit here anyway and marinate. So eventually it's just going to cook down itself, but we're just going to help it a little bit. That should be good. With great cooking comes great responsibility. Get that little bit off of there. That's why we just washed our hands. So we can plate the raw meat. Alright, finally. Alright, now on to the seasoning itself. So we are going to use some Lea & Perrins. Don't ask me how the fuck you say this sauce. To this day, I still don't know. My best guess is Worcestershire. No. It will forever be Worcester or Worcestershire to me. I don't care how it's pronounced. This town's gonna say it forever. So, it is what it is. I ain't changing that. Worcestershire it is. So, Lea & Perrins, the only kind that tastes good. I'm kidding, but if it's not Lea & Perrins, it's not steak sauce. So, yeah. I'm gonna dump some of this in. Measure with your heart, because I do. I don't do recipes, guys. Hate to break it to you. I'll tell you what's in it, but not how much. That's up to you to decide. So, I like to sprinkle enough to kind of give it a nice little coat. Turn everything a little brown in here, because that's going to be a main savor flavor. So, one done. Then we have garlic powder, this is Good and Gather. I think this is actually one of the organic brands. I don't know. I DoorDashed it, guys. I DoorDashed it. Okay, again, I'm simple life here. Simple life. So, right side. A little bit of this. Again, you decide how much. I put about that much. I'd say altogether maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons, teaspoons. I don't know. Again, you measure. I'm not. This one comes next. Onion powder. I got a big one because that was the best deal. Why not? I'm eventually going to get all of my spices in jars like this because I'm cooking a lot more. And again, we just dump that in there a little bit, you know. About that much. Yeah, again, who's measuring? I'm not. Get rid of the seasonings we've used. On to my favorite. This one right here is probably my favorite spice of all. Cumin. Yes, cumin. Cumin, whatever. I call it cumin. It is what it is. This one you're going to use generously because kind of gives it like a taco vibe, if we're being honest. And if you're making kind of a casserole like me, you'll understand later. This adds so much extra flavor. Love it. Next, we're going to use some garlic. Gotta love Sam's Club, right? Gotta love Sam's Club. So here we go with the garlic. And I use probably that much twice, because it is a pretty hefty flavor going on there. So don't need a lot, just a little bit. And then I like to kind of mix the meat up a little bit and let all the flavors settle within the ground beef. Just so we can get a little bit of seasoning all over. Definitely want to spread that garlic around. Whoo, Lord, you don't want to get a mouthful of that. So once it seems to be seasoned a little on the evenly side, we are going to add a little bit of Sweet Baby Ray's. Not a whole lot, because you don't want this to overtake the Sloppy Joe sauce taste, but just enough to thicken it up a little bit. So you're going to do maybe just a little single file line throughout. So this is really all the barbecue sauce you're going to want to add to that. Trust me, you don't want to add much more. And then finally, we will add our Sloppy Joe sauce. I use this kind, which is Food Club brand. I know it's the generic kind, and obviously Manwich tastes so much better. However, I have to use this kind specifically for Michael because the Manwich tends to upset his stomach or give him really bad heartburn. So I stick to this one because it's a little on the sweeter side and you can always season it to taste. So we're just going to dump this in. And one more can. We will give it one good stir to kind of mix the meat up in it. Again, give those seasonings a little time to marinate amongst each other. And set it and forget it. At this point, once you get the mixing down and it's kind of a nice little meaty consistency going on, forget it. Just set it and forget it until you need it. Now, obviously, if you're not home, it's just going to cook. But if you are home and you want to stir it every now and then, I wouldn't say no to that. It helps keep things a little more even. It helps you make sure everything gets cooked through. And all around just gives it a better flavor. But, again, not a necessary step. So now it's set. We can forget. I will bring you back later when we finish this up.